I'd like to call the meeting to order and welcome everyone to the Vergne Planning Commission, February 28th, 2023 meeting at 6 p.m. We do have a quorum. First item of business, approve the meeting minutes from the January 31st, 2023 regular meeting. Will entertain a motion?
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve. We have a second?
Second.
We have a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. Item number 2 has been deferred. We will move on to item number 3. Recommendation to the Board of Mayor and Aldermen for subdivision acceptance, the retreat at Finch Branch Phase 1, property located off Centennial Drive, requested by Sonia Thompson, R2 Medium Density Residential Zoning District. Mr. Logan.
Thank you. This is a request for subdivision acceptance, and this is the retreat at Finch Branch, Phase 1. And the property is located off of Centennial Drive. It's also located off of Irvin and Greenwood Drives. So zooming in, you can see the, this is Centennial here to the north in this location. So it comes in from the north, and then the developer extended this street to the intersection here with the other road that was built with the development. And then most of you know this is now a three-way stop at Irvin and Greenwood in the new road. And then the mail kiosk is near there as well. And this is the plat that goes along with the project. So you can see the lot arrangements and the street layout. And staff has been working a long time with this development. So right now, I'll turn it over to the city engineer, Gary Lyden.
Thank you, sir.
The engineering department recommends acceptance.
Very good. Do we have any questions or comments? Entertain a motion.
I'll make a favorable recommendation.
We have a favorable recommendation. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? We'll be sending a favorable recommendation to the Board of Mayor and Aldermen. Item number 4 is deferred as well, correct, Mr. Logan?
Yes, sir, that's correct.
Item number 5, the applicant is running a few minutes behind with traffic, so we're going to move that one to the end. We'll move on to item number 6. Site plan, Kroger, modification to site to allow for grocery pickup area, requested by Dollar and Ewers. Property located at 5145 Murfreesboro Road, tax map 15, parcel 2.11, C4 Shopping District, C4 Shopping Center Zoning District. Property owned by Kroger Limited Partnership. Mr. Logan.
Thank you. This is the request for site plan approval. These are parking improvements and interior renovations to the building now. Earlier, when they came to us last year, it was a building addition to improve the grocery pickup service, and now they've decided to move into the space that Gowdy's Seafood has vacated. So they no longer are doing that addition on the sidewalk area, but this is the property on the screen outlined in blue. And most of the roof here that's white is the main part of Kroger. Of course, this is Murfreesboro Road to the south. And you probably remember from the workshop, since they're not doing as many changes to the store, well, getting ahead of myself. Here's the zoning map. So this is all C4 with this hatched area. A white background is the C4 Shopping Center District. And then these are photos. It shows the front of the Kroger store. And then this is closer up to the building, and this is the area where they're making the changes for the grocery pickup service. So, of course, staff comments were reduced quite a lot when they decided to go a different direction and not do the sidewalk addition and instead move into the Gowdy's Seafood space. So, weren't a lot of comments 2 weeks ago, but the handicap spaces, Planning Commission had asked them to be moved. So Kroger or their consultant did do that. They've resubmitted, so this is the new plan that's in your packets, and this is the old. So you can kind of, I'm going to toggle back and forth, and you can kind of see what they did with these spaces, old versus new. And it's a fairly minor project, so that completes the report. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Do we have any questions or comments on this item?
Chairman, with them making the changes as we requested, I'll make a motion to approve as submitted.
Second.
We have a motion to approve and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. On to item number 7. Final plat, Carothers Crossing, Phase 3, 121 residential lots on 45.2 acres requested by SEC. Property located on Carothers Road, tax map 29, parcel 29. PDR, Planned Density Residential Zoning District, property owned by Burkett Hills Investment Group, LLC. Mr. Logan.
Carothers Crossing is requesting a final plat approval for Phase 3. And on the screen here, you can see the entire area is 92 acres, the entire development, and we're looking only at Phase 3, which is at the south end of the project. And this does touch Davidson County, so it's right on the border. These homes here to the north are in Davidson County. So this section is under development. It's approximately 45 acres, and they are proposing 121 residential lots. And this is the zoning map, so you can see this is zone PDR, which is planned density residential. It's much more specific planning, much more specific zoning than, say, an R1, which this orange area is just the basic R1 low-density residential. So this project's been under development for a number of years. I think it started in '07, and I know it was caught by the financial downturn in '08 and '09, and then it changed hands and was under new ownership. So you all have been seeing this exact piece of land for 13 or 14 years, some of you. But they're making a lot of progress, and now it's really taking shape out there. These are some photos. There's gonna be a lot of new homes out there. So here's another shot. I think this was taken maybe last week, but different housing types. It's a variety of living spaces. So here's the plat that they're asking approval for. They are showing sidewalks on both sides of all streets. And I believe it built out, this is for 121 in this phase, and I think the total is 568. So 568 single-family dwellings when it's all done. That's a lot. So there weren't any staff comments at the workshop, so that completes the report. Thanks.
Thank you, sir. Do we have any questions or comments on this item? None, we will entertain a motion.
Make a motion to accept as submitted.
Motion to accept, do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. On to number 8. Preliminary plat, Villages of Woodland Hills, 85 residential lots on 48.05 acres, requested by SEC. Property located near Woodland Hills Drive and Highland Hills Drive, tax map 29, parcels 23 and 23.01, R2 medium density residential zoning district, property owned by Bob Parks. Mr. Logan.
This request is for a preliminary plat. The village is at Woodland Hills. And this is, it's located off Woodland Hills Drive as well as Highland Hills Drive. And this is the newest plan on the screen, and I do have the older versions in here as well, so I've kept those. But this shows the entire project. They're calling for 85 residential lots in this project on 48.05 acres. older plans, and these photos, some of you have seen many times now, but these are the stub-out streets that were left from the earlier phases of Woodland Hills. So these were left for future development, so you can see that in the photos. And there's a proliferation of basketball goals, which seems to be fairly common all over Tennessee. Just a heavily wooded area, so this will now be under development with these 85 homes. There, it looks like all the comments are being taken care of. I'll turn it over to Mr. Lyde in case he wants to say anything.
Okay, yes, the engineer did indeed take care of all of our comments. However, I asked the engineer if y'all are interested in talking to him about, go back to the first sheet there, Paul.
Is that,
The slope one, that one.
okay.
Okay, you can see in the lower right-hand corner where it's nearly black, that's a very steep area. We asked him at the workshop to provide profiles. He did on the 5 lots they're putting in there. He did prove that they are buildable, but 2 of them, lots 384 and 388, are going to be very interesting lots, but they are technically buildable, so therefore we don't have comments.
Very good, thank you. Any questions or comments on this item?
Just one question, and this is maybe more so for the engineer, but when it comes to, they're not going to have a new construction entrance for this. They're going to go through the subdivision, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And is there anything that we're going to have in place for the the existing road conditions for that area? Because it's already a well-populated neighborhood. So is there anything we're going to have in place to maintain that road? Because all that heavy equipment's going to come through.
Okay. I would defer that to the developer's engineer.
Name and address for the record, sir.
Hi, John Miner with SEC, 850 Middle Tennessee Boulevard, Murfreesboro. So we are also, SEC is also doing the construction plans for Mission Hills next door.
Mm-hmm.
And the intent is, fingers crossed, that we can coordinate the timing well enough that we can use their construction entrance to get farther into the site to avoid as much as we can of the existing residential part of Woodland Hills. Any part that we are not able to bypass, or if we do ultimately have to come in through the main entrance, we've already agreed to make sure that we're doing regular street sweeping to maintain a good, healthy environment that the residents are already used to.
Okay. Are y'all going to handle any, as far as maintenance, as far as damage to that road, if that occurs with y'all's equipment, if you're coming through the main entrance, the main thoroughfare for Woodland Hills?
Yes, if it was something that we directly would be responsible for, we would take care of.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. Any other questions for the applicant? On the one lot that our engineer was commenting on, any comments on that for us? I think it should be fine.
I'll just kind of touch on why he spoke of that. He is correct. That is a very steep area. Typically, we do lots that are kind of, here's a lot of options, and the builder can kind of go from there. These will be kind of reverse, where we will have a home footprint and work backwards from there. Not all of the lots that were requested profiles for will require this, but many of them will likely be walkout basements or similar. Yes, sir.
Any further questions on that?
So that they're all buildable, so you don't expect to be coming for a variance for any of them?
No, sir.
Thank you.
Any other questions? We'll entertain a motion.
Make a motion to accept as submitted.
Motion to accept. We have a second.
Second?
We have a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion passes. Item number 9 is deferred as well, correct, Mr. Logan?
Yes, sir, that's correct.
We are going to go back to item number 5 for everyone. I believe our applicant has arrived. Item number 5, site plan Dick Buchanan trailer storage in 2 new buildings of 7 and 12,000 square feet on 15.47 acres, requested by 615 Design Group. Property located at Dick Buchanan Street, tax map 14, parcel 50, I-2 Heavy Industrial Zoning District, property owned by CSJ and Associates LLC. Mr. Logan.
You'll excuse me a second, I'm trying to get back to the beginning. Okay, here we go. So this is the site plan request for Dick Buchanan trailer storage. It's located at 470 Dick Buchanan. And this project was here back in 2021, and that's the first time that this actual parcel came in with a site plan. And at that time, they had only proposed the parking area for the trailers. So here you can see, this is the property that we're considering tonight. This is the Kite Home Improvement Center and Carter Lumber to the south, and then this is Dick Buchanan Street that runs north and south. So that's the 15 or so acres that we're talking about. So back in 21, they just wanted the parking lot for trailer parking and trailer storage, and then they decided to add buildings later, which meant they had to come back to the Planning Commission. So the plans that you are seeing now this month have 2 proposed buildings on the site, and of course, a year and a half ago, it was no buildings. This dark rectangular area is the property. It's I-2, which is heavy industrial. So no issue there with trailer parking. It's allowed in I-2. And then this is the property. It's a different season, but anyway, that's what it looks like in summer. So this, it'll be here soon enough, I guess. So this is the, I believe that's the newest plan there that they've submitted. So you can see the detention pond has not really moved in all this time, but these are the 2 new buildings that are located closest to Dick Buchanan, and then the rear area is all parking for large trailers. So a little bit closer look. They're still using the one ingress egress off Dick Buchanan, and that has not changed. So just zooming in, you can see the details of the 2 buildings. They've got the uses listed. The one to the south, proposed building, minor maintenance with office, break room, and restroom, and it's 9,100 square feet. And then the building to the north is 12,000 square feet. And these are the older plans when they just had 1 building located there, so they're on there for reference. But all of the planning comments have been addressed. I know engineering's been working hard on a lot of comments, but I'll turn over to Mr. Lyde. Thank you.
Thank you. Please, sir.
Okay, so we have 6 comments on here. The first 2, the Planning Commission is well aware of and is in agreement with. The third one was just a clarification, which is acceptable to engineering. The fourth one, we have worked with the engineer. He's been working with Hawkins, their paving contractor. We did not like the chip and tar section they had shown in an industrial use. What they have done is they have done, it's not really a chip and tar, although it kind of is now. It's a hybrid, but they are pre-mixing the gravel with the asphalt, putting in 1.5 inches thick, putting a prime coat, which is even more asphalt underneath it, then putting 8 inches of aggregate base. So now I believe, in my professional opinion, they do meet the letter of the statement of dustless and asphaltic in the zoning ordinance for this use. And that's item number 4. Item number 5, the engineer has been working with Public Works. Public Works had 20 comments, I believe. and the engineer addressed those this afternoon. We do not have Public Works' response to those yet. And we also, item number 6, we have not confirmed sewer availability yet. So we have 2 outstanding comments remaining.
Good. That's it?
That's it, yes, sir.
Thank you. Is there an applicant here? If you would, state your name and address for the record, sir.
Yeah, CJ Merle with 615 Design Group, 360 Coo Creek Circle, Smyrna, Tennessee. Thank you for being flexible tonight and allowing me to go towards the end. Happy to answer any questions y'all may have. As Gary said, we've worked very closely with them to address all of engineering's concerns. As far as Public Works concerns and the utility comments, we received the vast majority of those this morning. And we're able to turn around a revised plan to them mid-afternoon, I think it was. But happy to answer any questions y'all may have related to those comments.
Thank you. The last 2 are kind of the big ones. Mr. Randolph, do you have anything you want to touch on there?
I don't know, sir.
Okay.
I will add the sewer availability. I did let Scott know that we would be submitting for water and sewer availability this week, and we'll also be making a formal request for a flow test as well, so that our sprinkler designers for the buildings can start work getting those calculations underway.
Mayor, do you have some?
My comments are, we've said before, we're not big contingency people, and this isn't necessarily contingency, but this is items not on plans, and one item that's not, we don't have an answer on yet. So for me, I'm not comfortable voting on this until we see it on the plans and we have that availability. That's, I don't know how the rest of the board is.
I would concur with that. This is a very large tract. We've seen this several times for the last couple of years with different layouts. And until everything gets put on the plat, as we've done through all these for many, many years, I would agree with the mayor that I don't feel comfortable with it too. Until it all gets done and everyone's signed off on it, we shouldn't actually be looking at it, to be honest.
Like the mayor said, and like Mr. Coates said, we don't do hardly anything on contingencies, if anything. So until we get those last 2 answered in paper and on paper,
Well,
I would make a motion to defer.
That's what I was gonna say, is I'll make a motion to defer, to move it out to the next workshop. And will that be enough time for you to get these resolved on the plans and the sewer availability? At least, well, that gives you a full month, because we won't be meeting till the end of April.
Yeah, I mean,
March.
we can certainly have the water and sewer availability submitted. Whether or not that is complete and we get a letter back from utilities or Public Works is, I guess, to be determined, but we'll do every effort, or we'll put every effort we can out to get it resolved. As far as their other comments that we got on the plan today, I feel very comfortable that we've addressed all of those, but certainly can get a meeting set up to make sure that we have.
Yeah, well, just the last few details that we need to finish up,
So
make sure everything's in order. So we have a motion on the table
I'll second it.
for a deferral. We have a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? We will see you at workshop.
Yes, sir.
Get these knocked off the list for us.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Item number 10, set bond amount for Carothers Crossing Phase 3, Tax Map 29, Parcel 29, requested by SEC, PDR, Planned Density Residential Zoning District. Mr. Logan.
Thank you. The request to set the bond for Carothers Crossing Phase 3, SEC, on behalf of their client, is requesting that the Planning Commission set the bond amount for all the public improvements. This property project consists of 68 lots, and I've gone too far. Here it is on the map. Of course, you just saw this a few items ago for their plat. This is Phase 3, so the same area of Carothers Crossing. And per the subdivision regulations, the developer has submitted 3 construction bids, an average plus the required 20% contingency. and a stamped estimate provided by the engineer. Bids are from the Nickel Company, Hawkins Asphalt LLC, and Sessions Paving Company. And the engineer's estimate comes to $405,010. And that's all. I'll turn it over to Mr. Lyde now.
We concur with the engineer's recommended amount.
Perfect, thank you. Any questions or comments on these numbers? Anyone satisfied? We'll take a motion.
So moved.
We have a motion to accept. We have a second?
Second.
We have a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. Item number 11, bonds and letters of credit. Ma'am, whenever you're ready.
Hi, Mr. Chairman, thank you. Everyone should have the updated bond list in front of them. We are up to date on all of these until June of this year, and that should be it.
Very good.
Thanks.
Any questions or comments on this item? Thank you, everyone. Meeting adjourned. Simple.